Hello everyone and welcome back to Daily Tuition. In this tutorial, I will show you how to insert data in MySQL database without refreshing your page. We are using Ajax technology to insert data into your database and also fetch all the data and display it in the Bootstrap table. We also create a message to the user when he inserts data in the database. We will also show you how to send Ajax request to the PHP server and get response from the server. We are creating everything from scratch. So that is why this tutorial is divided into two parts. We are using PHP as a server-side language. We will use jQuery for Ajax technology, and for designing we will use Bootstrap framework. I am using PHP Storm for this tutorial. I already set up the environment. If you don't know how to set up environment, then just comment me. I will make a video and show you how to set up the PHP environment. So before we start this video, make sure you press the subscribe button and also press the bell icon to get notified of my every new video, and don't forget to press the like button if you find anything useful in this video. So before we getting late, let's get started. So in the PHP Storm IDE, so we have empty folder here. So just right click here and select new directory and name this directory as Ajax. And run this file. So you will see this title on the top. Just after that, I will create a horizontal row, and then just after the closing div, I will create one more container fluid class and specify div with the section 1, and we want to add one more div here. So we'll create a div with section 2. In the first section, we'll add a form, and in the second section, we'll add Bootstrap table. So in the first section, I will first create a h5 heading tag and specify a class padding y 3, and we say information save the document. Then I just wanted to add some padding to the first section, so we'll call the class padding 4 and add width 40%. So we'll add w minus 40 and save the document. Just after that, after the h5 heading tag, I will create a form, and in the action we call the PHP file. So we don't have a PHP file right now, so we'll add this later. We'll specify ID, my form, method, host, and here I will create a div with the row class. In this row I will create a column, so we'll create a call class and put the input tag over here. Input type text, name, name, autocomplete off, class form control, and we specify placeholder, which is first name, and save the document. I just want to run it again. You will see this row over here, and then I just wanted to specify the table in the second section, so I'll just call here h3 heading tag and specify table. You will see this table over here, and I just wanted to specify this table here, so we'll call the deflex Bootstrap class to specify inline flex property. When you run this document, you will see this effect. Just after that, I will create one more column, so I will just copy this class and paste it here and change the name to lname, autocomplete off, class form control, and the placeholder is equal to last name. That's it. Then I will create one more row just after the closing div. Here I will create a row and create a class call, and here I will add one more input tag with type text, name, email, autocomplete off, class form control, and placeholder email. So you will see this email text box over here. I will add some padding to this email text box. So for the row, I will just add padding y 3, right? Just after that, I will add one more row, so I'll just copy this one and paste it here. And I just want to change the text box to text area, so I will remove the input text box and call text area, and name is equal to address, ID area, calls, I will remove this property, rows is equal to 5, auto complete off, placeholder address, and class is equal to form control. That's it. So we have a text area over here, and then I just wanted to add a submit button just after the text area. So just after the closing div here, I will create a row with the padding Y3 and create a column and add input type submit button. I specify name btn submit, class, form control btn primary button. Then we specify value insert. You will see this button over here. Now I just wanted to add the table over here on the right side. So I will just remove this table heading and I will add table tag with the class table, table strip, table dark. This is a Bootstrap class to create a dark table. Then we create a table head and specify class table head, and then I will create a row, table row, and add th, which is table data, and specify a scope call. And here we add the first column, which is id. I will copy this one and paste it here and change the id to first name. This one became last name and this one became email, and this is address. Save document. So you will see this table over here. I just wanted to grow the size of this table, so I just wanted to add, so I'll just add a class here for the section 2, flex fill, and add padding 4. So this will increase the size of the table and fill it up with the remaining space. So the design is ready. So I just wanted to create a Ajax request. But first I just wanted to create a class that do the whole work. So I will select the Ajax request folder, right click over here and select new PHP class and name this class Ajax and press OK. Just remove this comment. Now we are creating a class that do the whole work for us. So first we create a class and specify the name of the class and just specify the properties. So we'll just specify the first property, which is public server, and we specify the server name. We are using the localhost, so we'll specify localhost. Then we specify second property, which is public user. I will specify the username. So my username is root, so I specify root here. Then I specify public password is equal to blank. I don't have any password, so I will specify blank string here. Then we're going to add public database name, which is my test. But we don't have this database right now, so I just wanted to create this database and then move forward. So I will just go to the exam server and click on admin. So here I will create a database. So just click on new and specify name of your database. So I will select my test, this one, and click create. So now the database is created. From the console, I just wanted to show you how to create a table. So we're gonna say create table, specify name of your table, which is student. Then we specify the column ID, data type integer, we specify auto increment to start the value from 1 and increase the value by 1. Then we specify not null, and also specify primary key to the ID column. Then we create a second column, which is fname, and specify data type varchar 50. Then we create third column lname varchar 50. Then we create email varchar 100, and in the last I specify address column and specify data type varchar 100. So to run this statement, we call control plus enter. That's it. Now the table is created. I will show you. This is our table. We don't have any record in the table right now. We'll just wanted to move forward and create a class. So here we have a database right now. So I will just select this database, which is my test. Then we create one more property, which is connection, and we don't specify any value to it. Now I just wanted to create a constructor for this class. So we'll call function underscore constructor. In this constructor, I will just call this connection is equal to new MySQLi and specify hostname, which is this server, then the username, which is this user, then we specify the password, and we specify database. After that, I will check if the connection is valid connection or not. So we'll just say if this connection and call the method connect error. Now we'll check if the connection property send the error, then we call this if statement and say die, and here I just specify a message connection failed, and just call this connection and print the error message, right? So when you create the instance of the Ajax class, we will first initialize the connection property. If it is valid connection, then this property contains a valid connection. If it is not, we call this error message. Just after that, here we'll create insert function. So we'll just create a comment, insert data function, and here we call function, specify the name, insert data, and now we just wanted to insert parameter to this function. So we'll first specify the first parameter, which is fname, second is lname, third is email, and fourth is address. Right? Now here I just wanted to create a SQL query. So we'll create a variable SQL and specify SQL query here and insert SQL query in this string. So we'll say insert into name of my table, which is student, and specify the column name. So I will specify fname. We don't specify ID here because we specify auto increment to this ID. So that is why we first select the fname, then we specify lname, then we add email, which is my third column name, and we have a address column name. Then we specify values. So in the values, I just wanted to specify this parameter name. So we'll specify fname first, comma, then we specify second value, which is lname, comma, then we specify third value, email, comma, and we specify the fourth value, which is address. Right? And close this statement. I just enter here, dot over here. That's it. After that, I will create an if statement and specify this if this connection, we call the query method, and specify SQL statement, and we check if the statement is equal to true, then we return a record successfully inserted into database. Else we return error message. So we connect the SQL query with the error message, and we specify with this dot connection and print the error. right? Now the function is created, but I just wanted to close this connection. So here, just after the else statement, here I will call this connection and call the close method. That's it. Now I just wanted to explain what is going on here. So first we'll create a function and specify 4 parameters: fname, lname, email and address. Then we create a SQL statement and specify values. So the values is taken from this input argument. So when you specify this function, we specify argument and pass this value over here. Then we check if the SQL query is a valid query. If it is returning true, then we return the successful message, or if it is returning error message, then we just return the error message to the user. And at the last, I will just close this connection using close method. Now I just wanted to create a one more file which is handle the request. Now after creating the Ajax class, we'll create the Ajax request. Now the time is to create Ajax request. So here I'll just right click and select new and create a JavaScript file and specify name magic.js. Right? So this is the name of my file, magic.js. So after creating this file, we just wanted to link this file to index.html. So here, after the jQuery file, I will create a script, and in the source attribute, I'll specify magic.js. So now this file is linked to index.html. Now in this file, I'll first create a function, document.ready. Now we just wanted to first get all the data from the input elements. So just create a comment, get data from the input text boxes. Right? So we'll just create a variable from data. We are creating an object, so we'll specify curly bracket and say fname and call the jQuery with selector input name is equal to fname. Right? And close the bracket dot val. So this will return the. So here I just wanted to specify the fname text box value to this fname property. Just after that, we create one more property which is lname and call input name is equal to lname, close the bracket and call val function. And we do the same for the email. So just copy this one and paste it here and just change the lname to email and property go, and the property is email. I will do the same for the address also. Just copy and paste, and the property is address, and this is not the text box, so just remove this one. This is text area, right? And we specify name is equal to address. we are not validating any input right now. So if you wanted to validate all the input, if you wanted to know how to validate input fields, then just comment me. I will make a video on that. Now I just wanted to wrap this in the event, which is submit event. So I'll just first create a event here. So we'll first select the my form and call submit event. And in the parentheses we call function and specify parameter event. Now in this event we just wanted to add this code. Copy and paste here. When you press the submit button, this event will fire. In this form submit event, we call the Ajax and insert data into database. So we call the Ajax utility function. So we'll say $.Ajax and specify parentheses and call curly bracket, and here I just wanted to call the first property, which is method. We are using post method, so we'll just specify post. Then we specify the second property, which is URL, and specify the path of your PHP file where you wanted to send the request. So we'll just specify here request.php. So now we just wanted to send the request to this request.php file. We wanted to create this file. I will show you how to create this file and take the request and how to send a response to the user. So I will show you how to create that. But first I just wanted to complete this Ajax request. Then we just wanted to specify data, and in the curly bracket, so we specify form and the value is equal to form data. Now we are sending the form data to this request.php file. Just after that I will call the method done, and in the bracket I will specify function, and in the parameter I'll say response. So when the request.php file send the response, it's stored in the response parameter. Now you can use this parameter to display that data. I will show you how to do that, but first I just wanted to create the request.php file. So here right click on the directory and select new and create PHP file and name this file request.php. I just remove this comment. Now here I just wanted to we will just sending the response to the user. I just call require ajax.php. Now you can use all the properties and methods of the Ajax class. Now here we'll first create a response for insert data. So I will comment here and say insert data in SQL response and say if is set and call the request with the parameter form. So we'll just get the value from the form. So this is the value. So here we just wanted to check if the requested form value is, now here I just wanted to check if the requested form value is set or not. So the form value is this one. We are passing the form data to the request.php file. So you can access all the form data values in request.php file here. So now we'll first check if its form value is set. Then we create a data variable and call the request and specify the value of form in the data variable here. Then I will create an instance of the Ajax class. So we'll just create insert is equal to new Ajax. So now using this object you can access all the properties and methods of Ajax class. After that I will create a variable called fname and specify value from the input text boxes. So we have a form variable over here and it contains all the input text box values, this one. Alright, so here you can access that also. So we'll just say data, which is this variable, and in the bracket you can call this using fname. So here now the fname variable contains the value of the first input text box. Then we create lname is equal to data and specify lname here. Then we call email is equal to data and specify email here. And the last we have address is equal to data and we're gonna add address here, right? So now you have all the input text boxes value in these variables, right? Just after that we call the insert data method from the Ajax class. We'll just call insert object, this one, and call the insert data function. And now you will see we already specified some parameter to this function. So we just wanted to specify that parameter over here. So you know that we have input text box value in these variables. Just specify this variable in the parameter. Just say fname, lname, email, and address. Address. And now just wanted to show you this function is return the string, right? And I just wanted to get that string. So I will just create a message variable and get that value in the message variable. And then I just wanted to return the response to the user. So I will just say echo, and here I just wanted to send the response. So this is our response. We'll just specify message variable. So now if the user enter valid input data and if it is a valid connection, then it return the successful message. If it is returning the error message, then it's stored in the message, it's sent to the user. So this is our response. So in the message variable we have a response to the user. We'll just wanted to send this message to the Ajax as a response. Now when the data is inserted, we just wanted to show the message. So we'll just say alert, and here we specify response parameter. So here we just specify response, this one. Now in the magic.js file, I just wanted to stop the default action of an element from happening. So here just say event dot prevent default. And the last, in index.html file, I will just specify the action is equal to request.php, which is this file, right? And save the document. Now I just wanted to run this document. So now I just wanted to insert data in my SQL database. We'll specify some data. So we'll just say daily tuition, specify example gmail.com, and the address is India, and just press the insert button. Right, you will see this message, record successfully inserted into database. I will insert one more data in the database, and just wanted to show you the page is not reloading when you press the insert button. So when you press the insert button, page will not reload. So here I just wanted to say Clark, and the name is mock, right? And then just insert the data. When I press the insert button, just look at here. Just press this one. You will see the page is not reloaded, but the data is inserted in your database. Just say OK. And now I just wanted to show you if the data is actually storing in the database or not. We'll just go here and say select star from student. That's it. This is your data. Now you'll see the data is inserted in your database. Now in the next part of this tutorial, I will show you how to fetch that data and display it in the table. When you press the insert button, the data will fetch from the database and display it in the table. And we also add the successful sliding message over here. So that is all for this first part. We will see you in the next part.
Thank you.